Hey, great Friday evening. It is a beautiful evening in the city of Brownsville, Texas. And it's been a quiet day. So it's been a quiet day because it's still part of the holidays, man. Not a lot has happened in the city of Brownsville. And, we haven't had any numbers. Not much is happening at the district. Not much is happening at the city. Not much is happening at the county. But one of the things that and I debated, well, not much is happening. But guys, we're not going to stop doing these shows. We're going to keep on doing the shows because we know we have to be consistent. We have to, continuously be out there and letting individuals know that we're here. We're here to share concerns. We're here to discuss anything that's going on in our community, and just share. I will say that based on the fact that there's very little, we might do a quick show today and try and answer any of the questions out there. A couple of things did come out that we I do want to go over. We'll talk about very minimal stuff, but more than anything, hope that everyone out there had a great Thanksgiving, man, and had some leftovers in regards to Thanksgiving leftovers. Hey, Lupita, buenas noches. Kanina, thank you so much for the food. It was so good, so good, so good. I'm actually rushing home and having what I didn't eat yesterday. So voy a ir a acabar lo que me dejé de ayer. Thank you so much, Kanina. Good evening, Alea. Good evening, Sebastian. I miss you. Are you here or are you still in San Antonio? Oh. Hello, apples and oranges. And like I mentioned, I had a pretty relaxful, pretty relaxful Thanksgiving, man. Very, very quiet. Lena, good evening. Good evening, Alina. Cancel. And we are waiting for Mr. Joe Valdez. Joe Valdez is going to join us tonight, and let's just see how he did in regards to Thanksgiving. Hey, why are you moving to San Antonio? You're the one that started that. You're the one that started that rumor. I am going nowhere, despite the fact that Reno's out there sharing that I'm going to San Antonio. It's evening, farty Marty. Farty Marty. That's a cool picture, man. Good evening, Daisy. Good evening, Raquel. You filmed with Eddie Perez again? Yes! I love me, Eddie Perez. Eddie Perez vlogs. Let me tell you, very, very talented young man from the city of Brownsville. If anyone out there needs to make some videos, needs to make quick little small little commercials, Eddie Perez is your man. Let me tell you, I love that guy. And he wanted sometime back we did a scooter thing, and he said, Erasmo, we've got to film you scootering through Brownsville. And I said, let's do it. So we did a scootering video here downtown. And again, I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it because it's just different. A lot of the individuals here don't comprehend and understand what a vlog is. Vlog. It's like a video blog, but we call them a blog. And he had one and started one. So I thought, yeah, let's do it. Evening, nice shirt. Thank you. It is one of my golden label shirts. The only reason I don't like this shirt is because I think the collar, I need a tighter collar. I don't get tailor-made shirts. I only get thrift store shirts. Well, thank you so much. I love this tie, though. I just bought this tie. It's a 50-cent tie. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. Good evening, Jessica. Evening, Suzette. And good evening. How can I get his contact? Oh, Eddie Perez. Eddie Perez is on social media. Eddie Perez, also on Instagram, Eddie Perez. A young man on the vlogs, it's Eddie Perez Vlogs. And again, they do a lot of the Daisy, they do a lot of the uh, the young kid vlogs. So if you go see them, you're gonna see a lot of his work. But he could do basically any type of recording and editing that you may need. So yeah, give him a call. If you can't find him, send me an inbox, Daisy, and I'll uh, I'll send him your way. Buenas noches, Erasmo, bendiciones. I had an interesting type of evening tonight. I bought a scooter. I have my standing up scooter, and now I have my sitting down scooter. And I got myself a scooter, and pues took it to my friend, the mechanic, and we worked on it a little bit, and we actually got it to start running. And pues my mechanic is allá hasta para la Southmost. Y pues que me vengo desde allá, desde casi la Palm Grove, en la scooter. And this just happened like an hour ago. That's why my hair is all disheveled. Ando un poquito despeinado porque andaba en la scooter all the way from Southmost down here to downtown, where we have Castro Studios. And really kind of a cool thing to have. It's just fun. Enjoy it. Good evening, Erica. Good evening, Vicente, mi sobrino hermoso. Love you. Oh, hello, Maggie. Maggie, I thought we were going to get together and do some thrift store shopping. Let me know if you want to go do the thrift store shopping this weekend. Disheveled, what a good word. I know. You know, it's not many times, guys, that you have the opportunity to use words such as disheveled. And so right now I thought like I'll use disheveled. I'm a little bit country and I'm a little bit rock and roll. No numbers out in regards to the coronavirus. Kevin County has actually taken the night off, the couple of days off for Thanksgiving. I guess I'm the only individual. I'm the only individual in the city of Brownsville that has not taken the weekend off. I am here with you. I did take Thursday night off though because I wanted to go into my food coma stance. Still decorating house for Christmas. If anyone needs any Christmas stuff. I have and I will be selling. Ya sé, papá. Vicente, me estás diciendo. I will be selling some Christmas stands. Christmas tree plastic stands. I have them. I have some heavy metal, the metal heavy duty ones as well. I have Christmas lights. I also have Christmas tree skirts and natural tree food. I have a bunch of boxes of clips and hang lights for your house outside. If anyone out there needs any stuff like for Christmas decoration, give me a call. I will have them at my office tomorrow. I'm hoping. We'll see. Hello, handsome. Someone is sleepy. It's me. Well, it's just been a crazy type of day, and I think the other thing that's happened is la gran cantidad de comida. It's been a lot of food. Good morning. Going to morning tomorrow at 10 a.m. ish to my office. Awesome. And I think Joe's ready to come on. Something, man.
Hey, how's it going?
You didn't pay your electricity bill, your internet bill?
No, it was crazy. Right before you got started, the computer started doing whatever it does, update or something.
Oh yeah.
Got everything down. It was weird. It was actually pretty funny. Let me just get my light on so that I can stop shining.
Erasmo for president. I know, yes, but Vicente, I saw your comment a little bit earlier. I am a little bit tired. It's been a crazy couple of days. Erasmo for president. Quita el Biden. Pa fuera con Biden. You look tired, Theo. I am a little bit tired. Let me tell you, it's been holiday. Good evening, Cheese. Menchie, you messing with my La Tia Soltera. Your hair is all messed up. No, it's the scooter thing. Sorry, no, I meant to GW, but I guess I'm going to your office first now. Yes. Yeah, stop by. We could go to Goodwill. I I go every chance I get. How have you been, Joe? How was your Thanksgiving?
It was really good, actually. And I meant to tell you, I was going to take you some stuffing because I heard you on the show saying that you like stuffing and you wanted to try, anything that was different. And my mom made some phenomenal stuffing with pecans, apples, raisins. I'd never had it that way. It was actually really good.
Does she still have some?
Yeah, I'll take you some tomorrow.
Oh, good. Well, yeah, yeah. Let me tell you, I love stuffing. I think stuffing is the greatest thing about Thanksgiving. I mean, the turkey is, it's all right. It's just chicken, but but stuffing, man, stuffing is what makes the holiday meal. And one of the things that I want to do, I don't know if we should do it for Christmas though. I mean, is I want to have a stuffing competition.
I heard that. Man. Sounds like a great idea.
I mean, one of the actually someone had posted a recipe with mushrooms, spinach, and couscous. You know what couscous is?
I've heard it. I know my sister does something with it in her meals. I couldn't tell you that I've tried it or whether I like it or not. But
couscous is amazing. It's an Israeli dish. It is like little pasta balls.
Little what?
Little pasta balls. And I know you have a great like for one of those two. So I figure that you like
pretty cool.
But let me tell you, man, I love couscous. I love couscous, and I know that there is a quinoa stuffing. So I'm going to. Sorry, no, I meant. I'm going to see if I get a couple of recipes going. I have my own recipe for stuffing. I actually didn't get to make stuffing this year. But I have my own recipe for stuffing that I do, and I mean I love it. My family likes it too. So I want to put that one in the competition. I also want to do a couple others. I want to do a quinoa one and learn to make another one. But maybe let's talk about it. Let's have a competition either in December for Christmas. Why not? Maybe give out a gift or something. And then if that's not the case, then let's have it for next year. Just plan it throughout the year and get it individuals here. I think couscous originated in Morocco. I'm not sure if it's Morocco. Again, it might be a Moroccan dish. I know for a fact that there is Israeli couscous, but couscous is kind of fun to eat. I enjoy it. I don't think it has any of the nutrients and the benefits of quinoa. Quinoa, let me tell you, that stuff is jam-packed with nutrients and a lot of antioxidants and a lot of other great stuff. It is considered a superfood. So I recommend quinoa to anyone out there that has diabetes, anyone that has high numbers, anyone that has inflammation because of diabetes or because, just because. Quinoa is really, really amazing. So yeah, man, I want some of that. I want to try some of that stuffing. So what else have you been doing during this holiday week?
That sounds like a good idea. And let me tell you, my brother brought up a good point. I love turkey, and my brother is like a super fan of turkey. And he brought it up. Why do we only eat turkey once a year? Like, why is that like a thing? And I know maybe other people eat turkey more. I don't. Like, I don't know why it's not like a common thing. I love Thanksgiving because of the food that we make, because it's different than what we're eating every single day. I tried a new recipe since I'm not leaving my house for almost anything. We did a lemon with rosemary and thyme seasoning. It was great. It was really, really good. So yeah, I like you. I love stuffing, so I'll be one of your judges. So you write me down for one of your judges.
Yeah, let's do it. I mean, maybe we can have it either for. I don't know if Christmas is too soon. I think we could probably do it for Christmas, no?
I mean, it just depends how much promotion you want to do. But I mean, with not much, without us being to do very much, that would be a great thing. Something to do outdoors. I bet you if you talk to Tony at the Broken Sprocket, you can have it outdoors so that we can do the social distancing and such.
Yeah, man. See if we could go reach out to him. Let's talk about it this weekend. Let's reach out to him and let's have it close to Christmas. Let's do a stuffing competition, man. I'm sure a lot of different restaurants here and a lot of people would like to enter. I don't know, just maybe it'd be fun.
I like it.
Good, let's do it.
I'm in.
Good job. So how have you been this week? I mean, you work at the district. You've had the whole week off. How's it been for you, for other teachers?
Well, you know that we were there for a week. You know that, right? So that entire week, it was more about preparing so that November 30th, which is Monday, when we're supposed to get students back, so that we could be prepared for them. I got to tell you, I had mixed emotions about it. One, because it felt good to be back at the campus. I've been, I miss it. I'm sure 99% of the teachers out there miss the daily routine, the campus, but at the same time, it was kind of scary. Right now, as it stands, I don't think I'm going to have any students coming back this coming week. I don't think any of my students are coming back till the second semester, at least according to their parents and what they've been voicing. I also know that at Porter, we have, if I'm not mistaken, the last numbers were like 150 students coming back, on the 30th. I don't know how accurate that is, but I don't know. I don't know. How do the teachers feel? I know that my neighbors around me there, a couple of them are not. They're not very excited. They're scared. There's some anxiety, and then you got the other side of the spectrum, Erasmo, where November 30th starts soccer season. So I can't help but be excited about soccer season, man. I saw some of the rules, and I know that they're taking precautions and they're making the players play with a mask on, which it's going to be pretty interesting because soccer is one of the sports where it requires a lot of running and stuff.
Huffing and puffing.
Yeah, so that's going to be pretty interesting. But I can't help to be excited about the season. You know that our season was cut short last year, and we won the district championship. And I mean, Coach Gracia had the team prep for the postseason, man. I think we were going to do great last year. I really do believe we had the team to go deep into the playoffs. We have a strong team coming back. So I'm excited about it, man. I'm excited and I'm concerned and I'm scared and I'm excited. It's just
mixed emotions.
It's a roller coaster of emotions, man. It is.
Well, I mean, 150 students isn't, but maybe close to 10% of the total student population at Porter anyway. I mean, I guess if you're going to have anyone back on campus, and having 10% is a good thing. I think one of the things that's going to happen, Joe, is that a lot of individuals, once they start to see the numbers that are going to come back after Halloween, which we're starting to see now, and then Thanksgiving, I think a lot of parents are going to be even more concerned. I know that there are some parents that are contacting me already, letting me know that they're not going to be sending their kids back to sports or onto campus. So again, it is to that point, for the parents and for students, it is a personal choice, whether they go back onto campus or not. Unfortunately, for our staff, it isn't.
Right. And I've had some parents reach out to me directly and ask if it's mandatory that their kids get back. And I tell them that at this point, the parents still have the last decision. I think the kids are bored at home, and they're telling their parents that their schools are requiring them to come back. So I think they're kind of trying to sidetrack their own parents and tell them that they're supposed to be back. And of course, right now, the the idea is that those students that are struggling and not passing, so that they can get, uh, you know, at the campus. I think the idea is that they'll get understand the concept better and learn better at the campus. I don't agree with it.
Yeah.
I'm teaching the same way virtually that I do personally, with the exception of the hands-on things. I do uh, career and technology. There's a lot of, because there's certifications at the end of that. There's a lot of hands-on uh, practices that we do. But I mean, we've been able to do virtual. So even though it's not the same thing, they're getting at least 75, 80% of what they're supposed to be doing. But we're taking it one day at a time, Erasmo.
Well, just to answer Apple and Ozzy, I haven't skipped your question, Ozzy. I'll get to it right now. Honestly, realistically speaking, what school has the best soccer teams? The schools that have the best soccer teams are the schools that are jam packed with our students from Mexico, which that's the truth.
That's
Because
kind of true, but I worked 7 years at Veterans, and at Veterans, Veterans has a very good team. Coach Troncoso at Veterans, and as not just Coach Troncoso, he's got the girls, right? But Coach Vasquez, Aldo Vasquez, with the boys, phenomenal coach. Both of them are great coaches.
those are still schools very close to the border.
Well, yeah. But they do get a lot of the kids from San Pedro and that area over there. So
You're still talking about a lot of kids from Mexico, and they also get a lot of our St. Joe kids, who again are kids from Mexico. Uh, as long as our schools continue to have individuals from Mexico, playing soccer, I mean, I think we're going to be okay. And again, not that, guys, you have to understand that us as Mexicans, we were raised with soccer. We were playing soccer even before we could walk. It's just part of the culture. And a lot of our students out there have been playing soccer since children. And the problem with the United States is a lot of the individuals here, they'll focus on football and basketball, which is great, but they are not too into soccer, or as much into soccer as they are with the other sports. Now, again, football, soccer is soccer, football is a worldwide sport. It's played everywhere, except now barely in the United States. It's something new. So the schools that excel in soccer here locally are schools that have a great influx of individuals coming over from Mexico. I think that's the case with all our high schools.
in Brownsville, all of our schools have good programs. Our soccer programs in Brownsville are good.
Yeah.
You can literally pick any of the high schools in Brownsville, and it can go either way on any given day that we play, or any year. It could go either way. We have great coaches all across the board. We have a really good program, and not that I'm biased or anything, but I was a teacher at Lopez High School, at Veterans, and I'm at Porter, and I can tell you that all three had great programs. But Coach Gracia, at least for the girls program, he has that down packed. I mean, he has a system for everything: conditioning, pre. I mean, his entire program it's great, very user friendly. The girls really buy into it, and they're all heart, man. So I really believe, if the season plays out all the way through, which we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what's going to happen coming back from the Thanksgiving vacation or Christmas. But if it plays out, I really believe that, at least in the girls program, I think Porter is going to do very well this year.
Well, let me say that. One of the, I guess, one of the. I can't think of the word. I could think of disheveled, but I can't think of any other damn word tonight. One of the controversies out there recently was that the discrimination that there is in regards to the soccer, is it's not being treated equally as football or basketball, and it's just treated as an extracurricular activity, but not given the respect that it should be given. And I'll say why. Brownsville football, a site on social media, shared with me their concerns in regards to how they were limiting the number of individuals that would be able to witness, to be spectators at the soccer games, to two parents, while football, they were opening it up to anyone that wanted to come and watch, that would buy a ticket. They had limited tickets, but they opened up the sales of tickets to anyone that wanted to buy them. I didn't even know that. I actually thought that it was going to be parents only. So again, I haven't been out there watching a lot of the games just because of that. I know that I was told that basketball, it is limited in regards to individuals that could go in there and watch a basketball game, probably because it's more enclosed, because it's in the gym. But soccer should be treated the same way as football. It's out at the stadiums, guys. So there shouldn't be a limitation in regards to the number of individuals that can actually go. I mean, I understand if you want to limit the amount of tickets being sold, that's fine, but don't limit it to only two parents per player. Your thoughts?
I I agree. I agree 100% because I think that we should be fair on how we treat every one of the sports. Now, having said that, the like you said, the indoor sports like basketball and volleyball, I think that they are correct to exercise more precaution there and limit it because it is enclosed. Soccer, however, just like you said, like football, we do use our stadiums, so it's easy to practice social distancing because we have a larger area, and we should allow more people to come and see their family members, sons and daughters play. But Erasmo, you mentioned that it's a worldwide sport, and one of the things why soccer is very popular down here is I was born and raised here in Brownsville, and I grew up poor, and one of the things that was, from all the sports, soccer, you can play with, you can make a porteria with two sticks or two rocks, and a ball. I remember the balls we used to play with on the street. We had duct tape on them because we would wear those things out, man. But it's cheap. It's a cheap sport. Yes, the cleats, you can start getting into a higher, level, just like everything else. But when we were growing up, we were playing with normal tennies and on the street, and we were scraping our knees and everything. But it's a inexpensive sport to practice, so it's one of those things why it's very popular with a lot of our kids. As you well know, that a lot of our kids are they're not very their parents are not very
Wealthy.
we're in an economically disadvantaged area, and we live in this area. So, soccer is one of those sports, and the parents are great because they're all into the sport. They love,
Yeah.
some of the parents get into the sport. The soccer, it's great. I love it. I love it. It's one of my passions. I love to coach it. I will tell you that it has already affected us negatively, or COVID has, because our JV programs were cut short. There will not be, as far as of Friday that we let out of school, we're not gonna have our JV light or freshman team. We won't have a season. The JV program is going to be limited to the JV dark only, and instead of having the normal 2 games per week, it's going to be just 1 game per week. So technically, the season got cut in half for our JV programs, and then the varsity, as it stands, will be a normal season if it does not get canceled at any point moving forward. So we've been affected negatively already.
Yeah, very unfortunate. And I think the only reason that happened was because soccer is a little bit later on than football. I think if we were living in the same situation now that maybe 4 weeks ago, we would not have had football, guys. But again, even then, guys, again, I was out here saying it's not safe, and it wasn't safe for our football players to be out there. And now they're feeling the repercussion of it, and a lot of parents, again, I've talked to a lot of parents, and they're concerned as well. But there's what it is. I have a question for you, Joe. Mr. Valdez, if elected, what policy would you collaborate with other commissioners to enact immediately?
Well, first of all, I will tell you that once I get ready to put my platform out, I will come out on Erasmo shows as many times as he'll have me, and I will be happy to answer any of the questions. I can tell you that one of the first things that I will enact, if and when I am elected, I will tell you that I'm going to be accessible. I will be visible. I will be present. So one of the things is that we have not seen, and I don't care what area of Brownsville you live in, our city government has not been available to us for anything. I have reached out. I've tried sending emails. I've tried phone calls. I've tried to get some answers and have not been successful. As you saw, we had a world pandemic that affected us locally, that is affecting us locally right now. And where are they? We don't have any kind of representation that you can say, well, at least our city government is representing us. They're doing what they can. I'm standing firm on the fact that I believe that some of our neighbors, some of our family members, some of our loved ones died because of the lack of action from our city government. I stand firm on that. I believe it because I lived it. And I know that I saw a lot of injustices with how the things that I saw in that hospital. We were not prepared. We could have been prepared, but we were not prepared. We do not have the ambulances needed. I don't know. I don't know who asked that question, but I do not know if you know that I stayed in the hospital for an additional 2 days, and I was supposed to have been in Houston for 2 days prior, but there was no ambulance available. I had to go out on the private sector and hire a private ambulance to transport me because we didn't have it. The Brownsville hospital had to reach out to Hidalgo to try to get an ambulance to Hidalgo to come get me, to take me to Houston, which is, it's ridiculous. We are not prepared. That this is an incident that we should have been prepared because we saw it coming. We saw this coming our way and we failed to act. Our city government failed to do something to protect the citizens of this community. We failed to act. And because of those lack of actions, we lost family members, we lost our neighbors, we lost our loved ones. And that's one of the things. But I will, when I'm prepared to come out, and I don't want to do this until my team and I are prepared 100% to put our platform out. I will be answering 100 any questions you all have. I will answer them. But for right now, I think the primary thing that I will tell you is that I am going to be accessible. I will be visible. I'm not a whiner. There's a lot of things in here in Brownsville that I do not like. I love Brownsville. I was born and raised here. And there are a lot of things that I dislike about Brownsville, but it's not because of the city. It's just because our city government has failed to move forward. You know, we're staying way behind. This city had an opportunity to be progressive, to be innovative, but we don't have that kind of mentality in our representation. And we're going to do that. And that's one of the things that I will ask everybody to get behind our idea and get behind and make some changes in starting in April in early voting. But come May, we want to make a change at our city government.
Edie, did you get your new iPhone? I sure didn't. I actually went and I was going to, but I didn't have any money in my bank account. And I needed to deposit some money in the bank account, but I couldn't go deposit money in my bank account because the banks were closed. I don't know if they're going to open tomorrow. I think they're going to open until Monday. But yeah, so I'm going to have to wait on my phone till Monday or Tuesday to get my phone. But it is what it is, unfortunately. Let me say, Joe is 100% correct in regards to the issue with the ambulances. And guys, it's something that I've been saying for years. Our city does not have the proper ambulance services. I mean, for too long, we had 6 ambulances, guys, 6 ambulances for Brownsville. And, Joe mentioned a lot of individuals, a lot of our family members passed away during the coronavirus because of the lack of ambulances out there and the lack of care the lack of immediate care that a lot of individuals needed to get and didn't get because our city is ill prepared. But it wasn't solely because of the coronavirus. Now, it was brought to light more because of the coronavirus, but it's a fight that we've been having for years, folks. How many individuals, I mean, y'all may not know, but I know several individuals, guys, that have had heart attacks that have not made it, and that would have made it if only they had gotten the care that they needed to get by medical attention at the hospitals. I mean, I've had individuals tell me that they had to wait an hour and a half for an ambulance to go pick them up, guys. I mean, guys, a city in the 21st century with the multiple resources that we have here in the city of Brownsville should not be lacking for the basic needs, and having proper medical care and being able to access that care is a city's responsibility, guys. And they have failed us. They continue to fail us, guys. And if we keep the same individuals in city government, guys, in city leadership, they will continue to fail us on to the 22nd century, guys. Something's got to give, man. Something's got to stop. Something's got to change. And let me tell you, change is necessary, change is good, and change is needed at the city level. It's a bad idea letting soccer players play with masks. Un jalón y forget about it. I could use a jalón this weekend, but that's a different story. Yeah, soccer season was stopped when there was less cases, and now starting on up with a lot more cases. It's crazy. Fundraising. Why does the administration, the school board, fundraise for their travel and students get automatic funding? That would be amazing. But the problem, Delta, is that school board members can fundraise millions of dollars. I mean, they start fundraising for themselves even before getting elected, and that's called vendor money. So yeah, man, school board members and superintendents, they could easily get millions and millions of dollars from vendors. Do we need more of that? We don't. Administration wants them on campus. Yes. Rivera, Porter, Hannah have the best soccer players. Maybe. I would throw Lopez in there. I know Lopez has an amazing team.
Lopez is always a good. They always have a good team. Unfortunately for Lopez, at least on the girls side, they lost a lot. They lost several critical players in their program, so it's going to be a rebuilding year for them. But I got to tell you, I mean, veterans always has a competitive team. Always. On the girls side, veterans came in second in district, and the boys, I think, won the district championship too last year. Coach Vasquez with a boys program has a great program out there.
Yes. Soccer is a pay to play in the United States. Unfortunately, it's sad because many talented players are left out because of money reasons. Most legendary players come from the barrios in soccer. 100%. It's true. I think that a lot of the soccer players have learned that they don't make the same money as basketball players or the football players, and I think it has to do with the revenue. And again, the problem with the United States is it's really a new sport in the United States. I mean, it's been here, what, 20 years? 40 years, maybe? It's still new. I mean, it's been around the world for centuries, decades. I don't even know, but a long, 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 long time. Isn't safe. It's still definitely isn't. Mr. Joe, are you still struggling with the long-term effects of COVID-19? How do you feel?
Yes, I guess I'm on what is it, July, August, September, October, November. I'm going on 4 months from the time that I picked up COVID. But what happened with me is that COVID, although it attacked my lungs and I did get viral pneumonia as a result of it, it did a lot more damage. According to what the doctor tells me, my lungs are very strong. So I was able to stay without getting intubated. And one of the things that COVID did to me is that attacked my nervous system. So it developed, or it triggered Guillain-Barré. So I'm suffering from the effects of Guillain-Barré or COVID. I couldn't tell you which of the two. I know that one triggered the other. So I'm doing a lot better. I'm actually walking. I'm walking with a cane, with a stick, a few steps where 90% of my body was paralyzed. And still right now, I still cannot feel my feet. So it's very difficult for me to balance and stand because I have no sensation. So I'm still dealing with a long term effect, and I I have four specialists that I see, and they tell me that this has stages, and it could be up to a 2 year recovery for me. So we're taking it one day at a time, though, and we're doing better. We're staying positive.
Good job. That's what the fire chief is running his department from his home. He is absent to the needs of our citizens. It's a very sad situation in regards to the fire chief doing this. But it's not just the fire chief. It's also administration up there. Administration. It is also city management that's absent. I mean, we haven't heard from one single individual up at city hall. No one. I mean, really, honestly, when's the last time you heard from the city manager? When's the last time that you heard from the uh, fire chief, from the health department, from the city attorney, from someone? And guys, the only time that we hear from the city commissioners is when they're out there promoting themselves. I mean, we're very fortunate that, and again, I know some people don't like Mayor Mendez. Very fortunate. Mayor Mendez is out there communicating with the people every day. Every day. He has social media posts. He acts with some individuals out there. We see the mayor. We don't see anybody else.
We're gonna start hearing from three of them come February and March when we start getting ready for elections for early
Well,
voting.
one of the things, Joe, and your opponent in this race, your opponent in this race ran on Tenasca. He ran on Tenasca. That no more Tenasca. Let's make it transparent. Let's show the people what happened to the money. And Joe, for 4 years, we've had nothing. But guess what? 4 months before next election starts, 3 months before next election starts, now the city commission is interested in researching what happened with Tenasca. Where were they these past 4 years, man? We have yet to hear from District 3, Joel Mujia. I mean, he's a friend of mine. Have yet to hear from him. Nothing. Now, and guys, in the city of Brownsville, folks, you've got to ask yourself the question: is your district any better off than it was 4 years ago when the city commissioner took office? And this goes for District 4 and District 3. Is your district doing any better? And if the answer is no, why would you want to keep the same individuals in these leadership positions? I'm sorry, guys, they've got to go. They have got to go. It's time. Hey, Jay, Ruth, is there a board meeting next Tuesday? There is a board meeting on the 6th of December. That should be I'm sorry, on the 8th of December. On the 8th of December, there is a board meeting. Now, what exactly is going to happen in regards to the board meeting? Right now, BISD is exactly as I had predicted it would be. It's a cluster. It's a mess. We don't know if Marisa Liad is going to try and file an injunction. We don't know if she's going to try and file a lawsuit. That's what I think is going to happen. We don't know. As of right now, Minerva Peña still thinks that she's the board member. She is not. Marisa Leal is the board member. What the plan on their side, what they plan to do is they plan to recanvass the votes on the December the 8th meeting and swear Minerva Peña in, unless there is an injunction in regards to the election. If that happens, we don't know to what extent that's going to happen. Now, should there be an injunction in regards to the whole election, or is it an injunction solely on the recount? Do not know. Do not know the extent. Do not understand the legalities of it. Just don't. Do I care to find out? At this point, I don't care. At this point, doesn't much matter. I mean, you know what? You If y'all wanted to eat crap, then you get what you wanted because you voted for crap. For the 70% of the individuals who voted for uh, the Legion of Doom, it's exactly what you're going to get: a bunch of crap. So all the rest of the next 2 years, gonna get crapped on. Like that Brownsville Herald that lies on the bottom of the birdcage. Kaplunk, crap. Kaplunk, crap. Kaplunk, 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 crap. And you are going to have seven pájaros, seven birds at that BISD birdcage, just a crapping away. It makes no sense, guys. We're talking about vendors, guys. I mean, they control the district now. They control the district. Vendors do. The people who put $70,000 in my opponent's campaign, they control the district. The question is, are you going to let the same happen in our city? Are you going to let an individual spend like Norith Kalonsky, John Cowan, uh, spend over $100,000 for a non-paying position at the city commission? Are you going to let Ben Neese spend 50, 60, $70,000? Joel Mujia, money that's coming from donations from vendors, is that special interest? If that's the case, guys, then just bend over and take it. But know that you had a choice. Am I right?
Yes, we had a choice.
Effects do linger. They do, Rolando. They do, and unfortunately, they may linger for a while. Good evening, gentlemen. Thank you, Primo. Call me David. Who is the city manager? Noel Bernal. But again, isn't it sad that people don't know who the city manager is? I would dare say that 90% of the people of Brownsville don't know, even maybe more, 95% of the people of Brownsville don't know who the city manager is. That's very unfortunate. You know? Do people know who their city commissioners are? I don't know. Hello, Mr. Castro. Mr. Valdez, a teacher. If yes, is the district providing enough PPE for all teachers and returning students?
For me,
Yeah, that's a question for you.
okay, yes, I am a teacher, um, and I can only answer for my campus and my room because that's the only place I've been. I haven't been at another other campus or anybody else's room. But I know that when I came in, there was a box, and in the box I had a huge gallon of hand sanitizer. We had disinfectant wipes. We had some masks. We had the screen, the visors, the plastic visors, and we had disinfectant spray. So we had all of that in our box, and I've kind of set it up and organized it. We have the thermometers to test the students as they're coming in, because they're going to get tested when they come into the campus and then as they go into every room through the course of the day. So as far as my room, and did they provide me with it? Yes. Oh, we had gloves also. Sorry. So we were provided with all the immediate PPE for now. I don't know if there's a plan to continue that. I don't know. I know that when I go in, I put on gloves. I have my own visor, my own mask that I bring with me, but I have some there in case a student shows up and they don't have any. I plan to make the mask available to our students. But for now, I have what I need in my room. So I don't know where the rest of the district stands because I couldn't answer that for anybody else.
I'll answer it. Is it enough PPE? There isn't enough PPE. Definitely not enough. And I'm sorry. I would dare say not even in Joe's classroom was there enough PPE. And I know that he's answering very politically, which is okay. He still works there, guys.
No, I'm answering with the truth, guys. When I came in, I had a box. I opened the box just like Christmas, and I looked to see what there was, and there was a large. I mean, just what I told you. That I described to you what I had.
But it's not enough. It's not enough. Not if you're going to have students back. It's not enough. Let me
Correct.
say, one of the things that the district did promise was that the desks were going to have plexiglass on them. There's no plexiglass.
No,
There
no,
is no plexiglass. And again, guys, one of the things that they showed a classroom that was like a model, and people were supposed to think that that was the case in every single classroom out there. It's not true. There is no plexiglass. There is no separation between the teachers and the students unless the teacher creates that separation themselves. And a lot of the teachers out there, I've seen them. A lot of teachers have closed off a corner of their classroom. I don't know how they're going to do it to check the temperature of everyone walking in, but there is a certain isolation that a lot of teachers have opted to do. Some teachers have been told not to do that in some of the campuses because they don't want, according to them, to scare the students. What? You don't want to scare the students? So you'd rather expose individuals to coronavirus, but hey, at least we didn't scare the children. Shut up.
You know,
Thank you.
sorry. One of the
No.
things I did at Osmo, and this was, and against selfish motives, I do have a compromised immune system, so I was told by my doctor that I need to stay away from even catching a normal cold because it could be detrimental for me. So I took it upon myself for my safety, but my students, that if I do get any students that return, will benefit from this because I invested some money and I bought a huge air purifier that has a multi-stage HEPA filters, and it's got the UV lighting, and it is promoted in a way that it captures that it does capture even viruses the size of coronavirus, and I've put it to the test this whole week with the circulation of our air conditioning system. And every time the system comes on, my purifier turns red, which shows that there's a change in the air. But within 5 to 10 minutes, it cleans the entire room. And I did that for my benefit, but fortunately, it's a large enough system that it will clean the entire room. So I feel good about having made that expense because it won't only benefit me, but it'll benefit my students as well, if any return. So I had to take those precautions.
Well, I'm glad that you did. And let me say that I'm very confident that a lot more of our teachers out there are doing exactly the same thing. They're doing everything they can to protect themselves because they realize that the district has not done a great job. Thank you for explaining that, Mr. Joe. It's something to think about when we are told that most people recover. When by recover, it could mean not being able to walk or talk, but that's recovered. Again, we're learning a lot about coronavirus, but let me say that it does affect a lot everyone that that succumbs to it. It does not succumbs to it. It does affect everyone that gets it differently. That's something we have to keep in mind. To where some individuals, hey, I had pain and I'm okay. Not the case for everyone.
And let me add, and I know that I one of the things that you all probably see me do is I'm constantly having to wipe my eyes because my face, the center of my face, is still paralyzed. I don't feel my face, so my it's constantly there's constantly tears running down my eyes. I sometimes I feel them, sometimes I don't. Right now, I actually see them on the screen, so I can see the tears dropping. But I go through 3 hours of therapy every day, 7 days a week. I have physical therapy, I have occupational therapy, and I have speech therapy because I can't feel the front part of my face. So a lot of it is from muscle memory, and the same thing with the sound. I hear the sounds, but sometimes I have to enunciate things a lot more so that I can speak properly. But I have a hard time sometimes speaking, and that's still lingering. I mean, it's 4 months removed from the time that I got cleared from COVID, yet I'm still having to go through 3 hours of therapy a day, one of which is speech therapy, just so that I can continue to speak. So it is, and it does affect people differently. And I don't wish it upon anybody. Even my worst enemy is not something that I think anyone should go through.
I agree. Where can we find district maps? You can find them on cob.us, City of Brownsville webpage. You can find them there. Just Google them and you'll find them. If you still can't find them, Zacate, send me an inbox. I'll send you the link.
Just make sure, just so you know, there's two maps. Make sure that you grab the one that's updated, which is the 2020, because there's still one lingering around that's 2016, and it's changed a little bit. So make sure you grab the 2020.
What conditions did you get with the COVID-19? Was it
Guillain-Barré?
Guillain-Barré.
Yeah, I developed Guillain-Barré as a result.
I thought only ones was a bird and the rest sheep. Yeah, 98% of Brownsville don't know. Yes, there is at Canales. All the desks with plexiglass shields. That's awesome. Again, it's not throughout the district. I think what's going to happen, what happened is that a lot of the principals out there have basically determined if they're going to place them on their desks or not. It's not at all the campuses. It's definitely not at all campuses. I'm glad that there are some principals out there that, are taking those extra steps, all extra measures. It'd be good to know what other schools as well. But as of right now, it's not all campuses. It's good to know. And I didn't make it yesterday for Thanksgiving meal, Ronnie, because I went into a food shock coma. But I'll take some leftovers if y'all have some. I don't think that there's enough for the rest of the year. I think I saw plastic shower curtains in the post. Yeah, that was in special services. What happens to the plexiglass from our students? Didn't they say they were putting some with the COVID federal funds? They were. They don't have it throughout the school district. Does the city of Brownsville have an assistant city manager? Yes. Thanks for your great show, Erasmo. Thank you, Oscar. Yes, I think they actually have deputy city managers. Is that correct, Joe?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm not sure who it is right now, but yes, there is some sort of an.
Joe, can you give me the name model of your air purifier? I've been looking for an effective one.
I will have to send it to Erasmo because I don't know it off the top of my head. I do know that when I was at Dr. Saavedra's office, her husband, who's he's like the office, he helps with the IT stuff, I guess. I really don't know exactly what he does, but he was there that day, and he was the one that set up their new office, because their new office will have the entire AC and return system run through that purifier. And I took the advice that he gave me. There's certain filters that I think he called them MERV 14, because those you can install in your home also, and that helps so that when there's a return, it collects any bacteria or viruses that are circulating in your home. But I took that information, and that's what we used to get it. But I'll send that information to Erasmo.
Perfect. Denise, send me an inbox. Jessica and Denise, I'll send you both the information that Joe sends to me. Veterans too, awesome, great job. You are pronouncing a lot more clearly than when you first came out of the hospital, Joe. Yeah, you could finally speak halfway decent.
And I'm going to tell you, it's because I can move my mouth. I couldn't smile, so it made it very difficult for me to enunciate. But thank you.
Breen has plexiglass as well. Awesome, great job. Let's see. At Canales, the plexiglass shields are the student shields. School district didn't buy teacher desk shields. No. Well, when the board had a demonstration on the desk plastic glass, did they vote to buy it for all the schools, or none of them? Not all of them have it. I think it was mentioned that every single student desk out there where there was going to be a student was going to have it. It's not the case throughout the district, unfortunately. But that's, again, is it something that they plan to get now that more students are going to come on? Maybe. We don't know. Again, it's kind of a weird deal, because it's just more expenditure, more money that they're spending. They're spending more money on plexiglass for glasses if they're not going to have, look, we're almost at the end of the semester, guys. And if let's say they did get plexiglass for all the student desks out there, they haven't been used. What's going to happen if most students opt not to go back onto campus, guys? Then why the hell do we have to put plexiglass throughout the desks anyway? Anyway, just my thought. Uh, Joe, any last words?
Um, Thank you again for having us. Thank you for everybody that's out here and voicing your opinion. One of the things that I will tell you is that um, it's it's good to practice our First Amendment, and speak what we should never be subjected to not speak our mind. And that's one of the things that we need to look in the representation that we're going to get is we want someone that's going to listen to uh, our community and then voice concerns and the things happening and how we can improve our city. So I do want to ask you all that you all need to get on the train moving forward, and that is that we do need change in our city commissioners, and we have 3 seats coming up, and someone posted it. I saw it come up. All 3 of those seats need to be. We need new representation at all 3 of those seats. So I do want to ask you all to start now. Start doing your research. Erasmo says it all the time. Research, see who it is that's going to be running for this position, and find out something about the representation that you're going to vote for, and then come out and vote. But like Erasmo says over and over again, don't just commit to you voting. Commit and start talking to your neighbors, your families, your friends. Everybody that can vote needs to come out and vote, and we do need to make a positive change. Thank you again for having me. God bless all of you all, and I love you
Guys, yes, very much so. Let me say that. Let me send that. Let me say that again, guys. It falls on us. We've failed the district. That's fine. Let's make sure that we don't fail our city as well. Thank you for the information about the maps. How safe will it be for our students and teachers to return after a holiday break? Not safe at all. Not even close. Not a good idea to go back to school after holidays. People go out of town, vacation. Some people just don't listen. 100%. Not safe at all. Guys, thank you, Joe, so much for being on tonight. And we'll have a conversation after we close up a little bit. But guys, social distance, wear your face coverings, hand sanitizer. One thing that I hear from Joe is that, he took those extra steps in order to keep himself and his students safe. And that is now our responsibility as a community, guys. You must keep yourself and your family safe. The responsibility does fall on you because our elected officials, city leadership, county leadership, BISD, no leadership have failed us. So it falls on you guys. You as individuals, keep yourself safe, keep your family safe. Ultimately, you are the one that's responsible. And I'm sorry, parents, do not send your students to school. Do not send your students to school. Find a way to keep them at home where you can monitor them. You can keep them safe. Guys, have a great weekend. I'll be on tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. in the morning to have coffee with you and to discuss anything else that pops up, guys. Again, send in any questions, any information that you want shared. We prepare for Monday, guys. Monday is going to be a new day for our community, folks. Guys, please continue to be good to each other, and please continue to be good to me. God bless.